for a foot or an inch, yeah, I fight for you all. Is the truth and I'm in, yeah, I fight for every breath that I take, and I fight for every step that I make. When you add up the inches, life or death, winning or losing is the difference. You are the witness, inches around us, every second decisions. Too slow and I missed it, fast and I skipped it, but I'm on time so I gripped it. If you were ready to die then you will get this. If you're afraid of your life then you fight for that edge. No matter how far I come I know I still got a step to take. Pull that's it. Yeah, I do what I have to get where I got to. Eat does that set. I've been called worse by better, so what can you do to me? Fight for that edge. This is more than a team, it's family and I'll die for them.
In charge of the action, Mr. Troy Davis. Introducing first, being accompanied to ringside by his tag team partner, Jordan Lennox. He weighs in at 175 pounds, wrestling out of a whiskey bar on the Sunset Strip in Los Angeles, California. Here is Aiden Vale.
It is August 25th, 2013 in Newark, West Virginia. I am Joe Dombrowski here in the tech area, joined for the next few matches by a very special guest, a man who was a hair away of capturing the IWC Championship a night ago. He is the party peacock, Dalton Castle.
Oh, you are very, very fortunate to have a man such as me next to you, Dombrowski. I was upset, but I'm going to carry on and carry through this broadcast for you, my friend.
You'll have your chance for revenge a little later tonight in a big six-man tag. Now let's go to Pedro for the introduction of the opponent of young Aiden Vale.
He weighs in at 270 pounds, wrestling out of Coram, New York. He is the Solution, Alvin Alvarez.
Alvin Alvarez, the opposition for Aiden Vale, certainly much larger than his adversary. Dalton, have you seen Mr. Alvarez before in competition?
I don't think I've ever seen him in competition. I've met him beforehand. He's a wide man. I don't think it takes a commentator to state that fact, but he is a wide man. Aiden is a thin man. Who's gonna win that?
Well, that's why we're gonna have this match.
Oh, so we're gonna decide that right now with a match?
Yes, it's a competition.
That's the way to do it. That's one way to do it. I was hoping we'd have a math equation we could factor these.
I know you're not used to much competition based on your deals with Team Big League. They always outnumber you and bully you around, but one-on-one's how it's supposed to be.
They bully me around? Is that what you do?
They attempt to.
They attempt to cheat. They weasel. They weasel
Absolutely.
their ways into victory.
Strength in numbers. Bell sounds are underway. Aiden Vale, as we have mentioned time and again, battling recurring shoulder issues that he's had for really over a year now.
Oh!
He's a young, gutsy kid. He's only 21 years of age. You got to admire his gumption, not wanting to miss a lot of time. But certainly, Dalton, you've competed with nagging injuries over your time. You know how that can affect you over a period of time.
That's just something that you gotta kind of dig deep and be tough about it. You can't. It's mental toughness over physical toughness, and physical toughness is something that this Alvin gentleman has over Aiden. Look how much bigger he is. He's just manhandling him.
Aiden, accompanied by his tag team partner Jordan Lennox in War We Are Rock Stars, came very close to capturing the IWC tag titles last night at Cage Fury 2013. It's also available from IWC home video and DVD from Sorgatron Media. Aiden Vale quickens the pace, takes Alvarez down. Of course, new tag team champions are members of Team Big League, Nuts and Brooks, two of the men that you'll be encountering a little bit later tonight, Mr. Castle. But what have you seen out of War thus far, Lennox and Aiden Vale? What impresses you about these guys?
Ha! Good God, you all.
Well, we know what War's good for, though. That's great.
Absolutely
In-ring,
nothing.
aerial. No, not absolutely nothing. That's another kind of war.
The band war. We got Jordan Lennox here, ringside, trying to keep this match going. Whoa, what's going on?
Yeah.
That should be a DQ, ref.
Alvarez looking to powder out of here. That's not a good way to make a first impression.
The ref's going to allow that?
Well, he didn't strike Alvarez in any way. Questionable
Well,
call.
You know, these people came for a show, they sent him for a competition, and Aiden Vale just gave them a serious show right there.
That's what Aiden Vale gives you, and he gets two. Alvarez is a no-nonsense, no frills, in-your-face.
He was a no-competition guy a second ago, and he tried to leave the match.
Yeah, I think he underestimated Aiden Vale a little bit.
Well, he got kicked right in the mush. Nobody likes that.
Not in the least. And I think Aiden Vale took a shot to the eye.
Is that what happened over there? I couldn't.
And the official.
Are you sure his shoulder's not hurt or something? He's got that brace on. It could have been anything. Could be the sun in his eyes.
Well, the sun in his eyes, really?
Well, we're outside.
We are outside. That is an astute observation, and that's why you are among the best orators in the business, sir.
That's why they pay me the medium bucks.
Well, you're not making that championship money, though, and I know that certainly sticks in your craw. Some people say, once again, as per usual, the uncrowned IWC champion, the distraction at ringside certainly was a big part of your downfall last night with John McChesney.
Yeah, it's disappointing to not come up the victor last night and have the title around the waist, because it's been around the waist of just trash. Just John McChesney is garbage. He is absolute garbage, and he's been carrying the title of a company that I care about a lot. And, I mean, it was bittersweet. I got my hands on John in a cage. I beat the hell out of him, but in the long run, I did not win. And he's going to continue to represent this company as the garbage he is.
So you won
garbage.
You won a pivotal battle, but you lost the war when you couldn't gain the championship.
Yes, the We Are Rockers I lost.
There you go. Speaking of war, taking my segue for me, Aiden Vale in trouble in the ring, thanks to Alvin Alvarez. Dropping that big ham hock.
How much weight is coming down on Aiden's face there?
I'm not really sure. Little homage to Art Donovan.
Here's a little known fact about Alvin. Does not like to shower, so whatever weight was, he had a lot of weight on that leg, came down in the face of a stinky thigh right into the mush.
Well, Alvin, a 2-year pro, basing his career primarily out of Long Island. The cover.
Yeah, you're not going to pin a guy with a foot. You got to really put him away if you're going to do a cocky pin like that.
Competes up in the New York area, mentored a lot by men like Tony Nese. Certainly great influences to have.
I do see the influence. I mean, he's got the same body build as Tony Nese.
Yeah, give or take a few pounds. But Aiden Vale looking to make a big impression here. Even though it's in singles competition, a win here will certainly gain the notice of Chuck Roberts, the rest of IWC management. Hopefully, Aiden can get back in the ring with a member of Team Big League, whether it be singles or tag in the future.
I wish somebody else would take him off my hands. There's too many of those guys to handle on my own.
That's how they operate. And certainly, we have to mention the executive consultant, Norm Connors, as well, who promised there'd be no interference last night. Not a surprise, Norm caught in the lie again.
Speaking of jiggly old bodies, is that what we were talking about? Yeah, I heard Norm Connors get mentioned.
It's a decent segue.
Yeah. What's going on here? This is the power we're talking about, size difference.
And the scary thing is, this guy's a college-educated man. He's smart as well as powerful.
Oh, so maybe he knows exactly where to put his center of gravity. That's that education. Is he smart enough to go one more rope up?
Could work on that math equation you were talking about earlier. Nobody home on the impact. Looked like Alvarez was going to maybe drop that leg once more.
I think he knew mid-jump that he was not going to connect with that. You saw his body flopping around like a piece of wet chicken through the air.
And by that point, nothing he could do. Gravity was his enemy.
Oh, going low. Aiden Vale going low with that first one, coming in with a big clothesline. Yeah. It's risky business with a hurt shoulder, right?
Absolutely, but check out the fire of this young kid. Youngest member of the roster, aiming to impress.
Is he 16 yet?
He's 21.
21. Barely legal.
And Alvarez shuts him down, and Aiden lands shoulder first. My God.
I don't know what happened there, but it was not good for Aiden.
Not in the least.
It was terrible. Both competitors, great heads of hair. Just want to point that out.
Aiden conditions regularly, I know. But it's like cradle. Aiden catches the big man off guard.
Here's your winner,
That's a sneaky, athletic. That is how you overcome somebody bigger than you.
It was a little close to the ropes, but certainly Alvarez couldn't get the hold on it. The official notice to necessitate a break. Ring positioning wasn't ideal, but the strategy certainly was. The cradle works for Aiden Vale, victorious. We Are Rock Stars back in the winning ways, and certainly still have Team Big League, Nuts and Brooks, in their path.
Nuts and bolts.
Nuts and Brooks.
Brooks and Dunn.
Nuts and Brooks.
Jerk and jerk.
More tag team action still to come later tonight. We got tag team action coming up next as well here at IWC's Mountain State Madness 5.
Your referee, CJ Sensation. Introducing team number 1. They weigh in at a combined weight of 420 pounds. Wrestling out of Cincinnati, Ohio, and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, respectively.
kids that are really the pride and joy of the ICWA, the Iron City Wrestling Academy. That's IWC's official training school here in the suburban Pittsburgh area.
The guy in the yellow there, that's Cassidy, huh?
Yeah, that is the natural Sam Cassidy.
Did he just come out and let out a caw? Is he a big Peacock fan? What was that?
I hope not. That could be an infringement lawsuit.
Yeah.
Joined by HD
Or
Cannon.
at least an ass kicking later down the line.
And their opponents.
You're just mad at everybody now.
I'm not a very happy camper.
Not that I blame
Nor
you.
am I camping.
They weigh in at a combined weight of 445 pounds. Here is the team of Jimmy Vegas and the War Machine, Dennis Gregory, the Founding Fathers.
Founding Fathers lost a member. Last night it was the loser leaves IWC Super Hentai one-on-one with Justin Idol. Idol, who has about an 8 or 9 year career here in IWC Hentai. Here since the start of 2001, the Super Indy Innovator, two of the pillars of this company, and it was Hentai, who ended up having to say goodbye. But I have to talk about the elephant in the room, Dennis Gregory, with his Mary Poppins umbrella.
As much as a jackal as he looks, he's a smart man. That sun's not going to hit his bald skull.
But where's his
All right,
partner?
let me tell you ugly people something real quick.
Is it
Jimmy
an umbrella?
Vegas ain't gonna be here today because he had something better to do. And as I look around, I sure as hell wish I did too. But unfortunately, I still have to wrestle under my contractual obligation per se, ipso facto. So I'd like to introduce to you the newest member of the elite crew of the Founding Fathers,
New member.
Justin Idol.
What?
That's a what?
Now wait a second. We saw at the end of the Idol Hentai match, Hentai turned in his colors. Hentai handed over the Founding Fathers shirt to Jimmy Vegas. Vegas threw it to Idol. Idol walked to the back pensively.
Is that, what is it, like a contagious? Was it like, I don't know, smallpox? Was you get hit with the shirt, all of a sudden you become part of this disease of a team?
I'm not sure what went through Justin Idol's mind. I know Idol has had his issues with IWC management, with Chuck Roberts over the months.
He has been getting tested a lot.
That's part of what has led to Idol and Hentai agreeing to that loser leaves match. They both had big gripes. They both felt they had a lot of critics, and they wanted to prove to themselves and to their critics they could still get the job done.
But the Founding Fathers?
And that shocks me. Idol was one of the men who was fighting against the Founding Fathers at one point. One of the men who had to sit on the sidelines with his degenerative back issue while he watched the Founding Fathers take over.
Well, so the umbrella is not his tag partner.
That would be accurate.
This is not a handicap match.
Sam Cassidy, who,
Is the ref going to get the umbrella out of the ring?
well, I hope so. It's technically a foreign object.
Okay. I like what they're doing here. I like that. That's going to keep their shirts nice and cool for after the match.
Wow.
The sun's not going to heat it up.
That's about all you like about the Founding Fathers, isn't it?
I do like the intelligence of utilizing the umbrella.
Yes. Dennis
But
Gregory
I
is...
do not like their attitude, nor their Justin's decision to join us. Jeez.
Gregory, very calculated, very cerebral, the only 5-time IWC champion in history.
Why are you in such a hurry, sweetheart? You got a hot date with your brother?
Gregory loves to get inside your head. Gregory can often beat his opponents mentally before the matchup even starts. And then you see Idol. And here's the most intriguing thing, Dalton, that we almost overlooked with the shocking announcement of Idol. Idol trained Sam Cassidy and HD Cannon, the two opponents.
Wait a minute. All right, so this is like a Maury show, is what I'm watching live, right in front of me.
Certainly a lot of betrayal.
There's a lot of betrayal. There's family. There's a lot of twists. And
Gregory, fisherman buster early. He's not getting paid by the hour. Gregory, I think, wants to get the heck out of West Virginia as quick as possible.
by the way, Idol may just be new to the team, but he's picking up the sly antics pretty quickly. You saw him distract Cassidy, so Denny can get on him.
I have a feeling there was a major recruitment mission done after Cage Fury last night.
This young boy's got some steam in him. Look at him. Look at that.
Cassidy stringing some
lower
moves
back
together.
power.
Well, it's been said by...
There it is again. He's doing it again.
I don't believe that was a caw, though.
Is that a caw?
More of a woo.
What's he doing there? Is he Sting?
Well, maybe Sting could sue for infringement.
Where's he Ric Flair? Woo.
Well,
But he's a blind man is what he is.
Yes.
He cannot see.
Sam Cassidy, before Justin Idol came out here, has gone on record as saying Cassidy is a natural athlete that picked up the wrestling game very quickly.
Well, I hope he didn't forget anything as he just got dropped straight on his head.
Well, I think mentally he'd be thrown off his game. Now he's looking across the ring from his trainer when a month ago they were tag team partners at Proving Ground.
He doesn't remember him. He has amnesia from that head and neck right there, right now.
I believe Idol made a blind tag. Cassidy with a knockdown to Gregory, and Idol from behind on his own student.
You got to be aware of who is legal and who is not. You can't just go after the first guy you see.
Oh, that's a rookie mistake. It's a kid's third match.
Head on a swivel, kid.
Cassidy defeated by RJ City last night. What a
Talented individual that
yeah.
RJ.
What a conspicuous debut that was for RJ, channeling Ethel Merman of all people.
Yeah, I think about 3 people in the crowd recognized that song, and they were of 65.
At least watch the movie Airplane. You'll get it from that.
Idol looking, although, I mean, I don't like the attitude he's got. He's looking better than he has in the past.
He's looking crisper, and I think Idol, maybe he's got that jolt of momentum, that jolt of motivation that he didn't have when Chuck Roberts made Idol fight through all of Team Big League to get his contract.
What's going on here? They can't decide which one is supposed to get thrown in?
Well, that lapse in concentration gave Cassidy an opening.
If Cassidy's going to throw punches, he's going to have to hit Denny harder than that.
Well, I think he's still out of it from landing on the back of his head, like you mentioned, Dalton. Cassidy actually, oh my gosh!
That boy's dead!
Modified neck breaker.
Why is he still moving?
Modified, that is, man, shades of the Dudley Boys with that offense. That could do it. Cassidy, when he's 100%, he does hit hard. He split RJ City wide open last night with one of his right hands.
He's got blades. Blades in there.
And Gregory, Dory Funk style, the double underhook.
You know what Cassidy's got to do in this situation?
To make the tag.
Yeah, get the hell out of that ring.
Yeah. HD Cannon, a freshman. HD Cannon has actually pinned Dennis Gregory in the past. HD, quite the prodigy.
Now, how does a young man like that beat an experienced individual like Gregory?
Well, I think what it comes down to is Gregory's a little bit too full of himself. He takes the kid lightly, and as a result, HD could slip in under the radar. Keep in mind, HD beat John McChesney a couple of times before McChesney got his retribution.
So you think Cassidy makes that tag, this match makes a quick turnaround?
I think
Because HD Cannon, well, obviously, look at the physique on that boy. He's got gold trunks in. They don't just give those out. They don't just hand those out.
Not to mention, easily the freshest man in this matchup thus far.
Fresh like the kids say Will Smith is?
Well, and also not tired.
Oh.
Cassidy gets a desperation maneuver, European-style uppercut.
There's the tag!
HD Cannon is in!
Let's see if you were right. You're pretty right. There we go. Throwing big boots in there.
Revisitation of HD and Gregory. HD gets the spine buster, could pin him here. Got him! No, near fall.
Stay on him, man. You got the muscles, you got the moves, and he's got long legs. He kicked Justin Idol from across the ring.
You gotta wonder what's going through HD's mind when it comes to facing Justin Idol. Nice cover off the leg sweep, gets 2.
5 minutes gone by, 5 minutes remain.
It's gonna take more than that to put Dennis Gregory down.
Should mention strict 10-minute time limits on much of the undercard matchups here tonight.
Is that to prevent melanoma? Exposure to the sun?
I believe that's just to keep the matchups offensively minded and certainly have this show progress rather well. We do have a big cage match here as our feature. Sunlight is important as well.
Yeah, I gotta hand it to the owners here at IWC. Chuck Roberts setting that time. They're really looking out for the safety of the healthy wrestlers.
Oh! Nothing healthy about that. Thrust kick into a roll-up. Idol all over the trunks, just cheating to beat his own top student.
I do not know how I feel about this.
Here are your winners, the team of Dennis Gregory and Justin Idol, the founding Bombers.
Just hooking those tights.
I believe it was actually a different referee.
What, they're wearing the same shirt.
The sun was
How
in
can I
their
tell
eye.
them apart? Are you sure? Guy black pants, striped shirt?
Yeah, there's actually 3 of them.
That's the one who repped the last match.
Dalton Castle, the founding fathers, are victorious with Justin Idol by their side. Jimmy Vegas gotta be smiling somewhere when he hears this news. They lost Hentai last night. But man, what a great replacement. Not many men can replace hentai. Justin Idol just might. Founding Fathers win, and Idol cheats to beat his 2 students. What a change of heart from Idol, and what must be going through the minds of Cassidy and HD Cannon.
I'll tell you what's going through their minds. We should have brought an umbrella to the ring.
And maybe some more backup now that certainly their top supporter is on the opposite side of the coin. Plenty more action still to come. Mountain State Madness 5.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, from WrestleZone.com with a live chair shot reality, please welcome Mr. Justin LaBar.
Perhaps the most unlikable individual in IWC today, Justin LaBar. He's a columnist on the Bleacher Report. He hosts a online radio show on Triple Live Radio, and he's hosts Chair Shot Reality, a weekly wrestling talk show on WrestleZone.com. LaBar is very opinionated about wrestling. He may think he knows more than most of you, and he's not shy to talk about it.
And he also might be a very sweaty boy after this with a leather jacket.
Yeah,
80
leather
degree
jacket
weather.
in the summer.
That spells cool and functional.
Spared no expense on the
This
set,
is what
man.
West Virginia smells like, huh? Like my shoes are the cleanest thing here. Ladies and gentlemen, for the benefit of those who don't know me, because I don't even know if you guys have cable, my name is Justin LaBar, and I host Chair Shot Reality, one of the biggest and most successful talk shows in the history of talk shows.
He's on cable?
This is called Style. You shut up.
No. Well, he's been on NBC Sports, actually.
So, rednecks and gentlemen, for your great chair shot reality experience here today in West Virginia, please get on your feet, show your tooth, put your hands together for the one and the only Mr. Entertainment, R.J. City.
Whether I'm right, thank you, or whether I'm wrong.
Oh, no.
Everybody,
Wow.
it's my faith in this world that keeps me strong. You know the words, sing along.
Sing along.
To be me, I've got to be me. Willing to try to do it or die. I've got to be the man who put the entertainment back in sports entertainment. RJ City!
Give it up, make some noise, all right.
Well, who else would want to be him?
I can't believe there's not more people applauding to that. That was a lovely voice.
Tony Clifton, he ain't.
Hell, but who is?
Ladies and gentlemen, last night at Cage Fury and Elizabeth, RJ City brought a new standard of entertainment to this organization known as IWC Wrestling.
Very unbiased of him.
Last night, mic time, TV time was occupied by somebody not important. And RJ City righted that wrong. And that was just the first wrong of many wrongs that RJ City is going to correct with his entertainment value.
Talking
with
about
his
Zima
designs,
Ion.
with the je ne sais quoi.
Hallelujah.
Spare no expense with the set of the show.
RJ, tell these people what to expect in IWC Wrestling if they weren't here last night.
Well, I think they're gonna expect more of what happened last night. More of me, shall we say, disinfecting the ring
I like that.
of the publicly transmitted diseases known as the IWC locker room. Speaking of diseases, there was a man who had a horrible, horrendous, heart-wrenching disease, and I believe he's from Newell. Is Zima Ion from Newell?
You say that name and it makes my stomach hurt.
Is Zima Ion a hometown boy? Are you proud to call Zima Ion one of your own? Well, you should be proud. You should get up on your feet and cheer out of pride that one of your own is a lying, conniving, begging, money-grubbing phony. Get up and cheer! Isn't that great?
Let's hear it for charity cases, come on.
Why are these guys on the same page?
Well, they obviously have a common
The
ground.
reality is, RJ City's here, Justin LeBar's here, and there's nobody in IWC that's going to stop us. Obviously, none of you sitting behind the guardrail, nobody in the back, none of the production crew. We do what we want to do, when we want to do it, how we want to do it. I will talk over you because I have a microphone.
Well, Chuck Roberts.
Oh, hello! Look at this.
What a man challenging the production
JC
crew, huh?
Penny,
Come on.
everybody. Isn't that fantastic?
I think he's had enough, huh?
I always wonder what J.C. Penny looked like.
Since I am the mic, I'm going to take it from you, Mr. Entertainment. So I suggest to all of you then, Entertainment is making your debut in IWC by kicking a man who had surgery in the stomach. Do I understand you correctly, Mr. City?
I prefer to call it righting a wrong.
You call it whatever you call it, but you said it online when you say you've never worked for a cartel before, but you now work for the IWC. You work for the International Wrestling Cartel. And if you want to know who has the power to make things happen here in IWC, who do you think has that power?
Oh, is this one of those things, one of those great IWC things, when you come out in your little V-neck and your neatly trimmed facial hair and you arrest everybody? Is IWC some kind of police state? Well, you know what? Please, hold it. Please arrest
You'd like that, wouldn't you? You'd love it.
Bring out the paddy wagon.
You're right. You've been following IWC. We've had a guy arrested here twice in West Virginia. You remember that, right? Yeah, you remember. But as much as I'd love to have you arrested here tonight, I can't.
You can't?
I can't. I can't because I'm not in charge.
You're not in charge.
I'm not in charge. Tonight, I'm not in charge.
What is this, 1984? Big Brother is watching. Who is in charge? Speaking of Big Brother, hello. Wow, that's one of the biggest brothers I've
Ladies
ever
and gentlemen, let's
seen.
hear it for Billy Johnson.
Local promoter helping us out here in Newell at each of the Mountain State Madness events.
Is Billy Johnson in charge?
Come on up, Billy. And since these guys can't, here you go, show any sign of respect. Here you go, Billy. Billy, you probably have something you'd like to say.
I do have something to say. I was in Elizabeth, Pennsylvania last night, watched what you did to Zima Ion last night as a paying fan. Today's a little different story.
What?
As co-promoter of the show, I have a little more stroke here. Instead of just a fan in the seats, I have a little more power. Now, I may not be able to do everything like arrest you, punish you for what you did last night, but I do know somebody who is here today that does have the power.
Wait a minute. You don't have the power, and I don't have the power. We don't. So,
Who's
Billy,
minding
I
the
think what
store?
you're saying is, since we don't have the power, we both gave it to someone else.
He-Man.
Yes. We did.
Whoa!
Yep, that sounds like the right person.
That music
Sounds
certainly
like the
sounds
music
familiar.
that I want to hear.
That would be the hometown native.
Fans, what we're trying to tell you is that Billy Johnson and I decided for the evening we'd put this man in charge.
West Virginia's own returning home, and you want to talk about righting some wrongs? I think we're about to.
So I think it is? Oh, it is? Ow! He got kicked in the stomach last night. What is he doing here?
Zima Ion recently overcoming appendicitis. They discovered, did the doctors, a non-cancerous tumor on the colon of Zima. He had surgery to
I
remove.
heard it was actually cancerous, and Zima punched it until it was not.
Thank you all for being here tonight. I appreciate it. I know it's hot. Hopefully you guys don't get sunburnt, but I can't wrestle tonight. I've had a pretty terrible summer dealing with my health. You guys
RJ
can
mocking
kill
him
me,
again.
by the way.
He looked sincere.
Please.
And he doesn't think too kindly of people from West Virginia, apparently. And unfortunately, like I said, I have some health issues. I'm not able to wrestle today, which really sucks. But I called in a friend, somebody to take care of you today since I can't. And I didn't have to look far to find a replacement. Actually, I only had to look right across the river. Ladies and gentlemen, from East Liverpool, Ohio, Shane Strickland!
Hold on a second. The guys in the ring have chairs in their hands.
They do. They have the CSR set.
What's going to happen there?
Shane Strickland has been brought out here by Zema Ion to do his fighting for him.
And now Zema Ion's leaving with that very expensive set of chair shot reality.
Yes, he's got 50% of the chair shot reality. He's got the chair shot of the reality.
He will be billed.
But,
some dangerous threats, though, he just made there.
yeah, time for some business here because Zema has recruited Shane Strickland, who I guess, hey, has a home away from home here in neighboring East Liverpool. But be that as it may, to take on a Ontario native in RJ City. Shane Strickland calls himself the master of the swerve.
He is the swerve.
The new flavor of independent professional wrestling.
And that boy can move.
Absolutely.
Oh, you should see those legs get going and you're like, what, licorice for legs? Licorice for legs? That's what they always ask.
He's been all over the eastern half of the United States. He's been here in IWC, obviously, competed against ACH and Super Indy 12. Great athletic contest that was.
This is a biased crowd.
No kidding.
Not a favor of one side of this matchup, and well, I can't put my finger on which one it is.
And I wonder why.
There's the swerve right there. Is that the swerve? That's the swerve, right?
Were you swerved?
I just got swerved again.
Arrest me! I'm begging you!
Well, side headlock's not illegal last time I checked, so I think he'll be okay. But RJ City, certainly a high-maintenance individual, isn't he?
Yeah, a bit of a metrosexual. Tries to keep very clean.
Well, he actually appears on Nickelodeon Splat-A-Lot.
Which is ironic because that's a very messy show.
Yes. He's described himself to me as, quote, a metrosexual Viking on that program.
I haven't heard that.
Hashtag metrosexual Viking.
Metrosexual Viking, also great name for a gay porn.
Or like maybe an underground indie rock band. I was going for that, but you know.
That one spilled out. It's the sun. The heat's getting to me.
Enough about your subconscious, Mr. Castle. Let's go back to Strickland and RJ City one-on-one. RJ City with the takedown. With LeBar at ringside. Now, why is Justin LeBar and RJ City all of a sudden buddy-buddy?
I think it's because they don't like Zema Ion.
Just because, we'll cover here too, I know, just because LeBar was upset that Zema Ion got a better reaction than he did last night, RJ City comes out, kicks Zema in the gut.
Right in the surgery spot.
Yeah, almost seriously injures the guy again. He's not medically cleared to compete. He can't take a shot like that, but RJ City didn't give a damn.
Surgery spot, also a great place to eat around here in Newell. It's a lovely restaurant.
RJ City just wanted to make a name for himself at the expense of potentially the career of Zema Ion, and I can't agree with that.
Well, I mean, you come in, all right, when you go to prison, you beat up the biggest guy around, all right? You come into IWC, you find the big dog in town.
Oh, wait a second. Picking on a guy when he's freshly recovered from career-threatening surgery.
Easy fight is what.
Yeah, that's not taking the biggest guy and taking him down.
Well, I mean, you pick and choose though, and you want to do a sure thing.
Wow. Not something I agree with.
Smart move, but he's in for a surprise. Look at this. Swerve again, another swerve. Here comes another swerve, and he's got swerved.
Cover off of the multiple swerves for two. Imagine he
just swerved the swerve out of him.
Imagine the mood in the RJ City Justin LeBar camp if Shane Strickland can sort of ruin this skyrocketing momentum RJ has with a victory. Could happen off the crossbody 2-0.
Did you count how many seconds Shane Strickland was in the air?
That was some great hang time. RJ hangs on to the ropes. And throat first across that tightly enforced ring cable. You know all too well.
You ever touched one of those ring cables?
I have. They don't bounce back well.
They do not. It's like hitting a ring cable.
Yeah. It's a perfect analogy.
That's exactly how it feels.
Well, many ring ropes, some people are unaware, are actually an elevator cable wrapped in rubber.
There won't be much swerving going on now. Look at that. Oh. Right in the... Wow. You get choked on it, and then just to make... to rub salt into the wound, he kicks it up into your esophagus.
RJ victorious last night against young Sam Cassidy. Just choked the young kid out with a sleeper hold that he calls good night, everybody.
I'm shocked with that, too, because I saw that Cassidy guy. Not a big neck on him. Very little neck room to get an arm in there and choke somebody. So that's an impressive move by RJ.
Well, he certainly found a way, and RJ, I believe, has some medical tape on his eyebrow from when he got sliced open in that matchup. So
honestly, though, Cassidy, shoulders, then head, no neck. Just want to reiterate that.
Bring it forward for all the viewers at home. RJ with a takedown. RJ is probably, and I would have to say, as far as just physically impressive, pound for pound, as RJ goes for the cover 2-0. I really can't remember a talent that's come along and made such an impact, really, since you.
Well, let's not say he's on the same level as me.
I said since you.
He's an extremely entertaining individual, but yes, he is definitely making an impact very, very quick.
He's almost like the antithesis of you, where you're out here having a good time. RJ wants to ruin everybody's fun.
But he's doing it with a smile.
There's a backslide, driving with the legs was Strickland, but couldn't put him away. Yeah. Problem is, RJ and LeBar are the only ones smiling. You've learned to adopt the fans as your own over time.
But you can't fight it for very
5
long
minutes
because,
remain.
well, to be honest, I mean, it's the right move to make.
Cover again, 2-0.
You come in with a negative attitude, and you're going to get a negative response.
Well, I think you've seen your career skyrocket at a much more rapid pace since you made that decision.
Yeah, it's been a lot easier to progress when I've just accepted the support of the fans.
RJ City, all about RJ City, and probably all about Justin LeBar, too, which is why LeBar likes him.
What do we got here? Big move. What?
It's
now that's how you swerve.
The running, jumping slap that we saw a night ago. Strickland not amused.
Nope. 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 He does not like what he did to him.
RJ City says he wants to bring the entertainment back into sports entertainment. He's not a fan of pro wrestling, competition, catch as catch can. He just wants all the spotlight on him. He's a big glory hound.
Is that what this is all about?
That's exactly what it's all about.
A bit of a tension seeker.
Now, you're a natural athlete. You've been competing all your life. He thinks he's better than you because he feels he's more entertaining than all the other pro wrestlers.
See, that's where we have an issue.
Yes.
I do not see him more entertaining than I. Very entertaining, yes.
Is he a better athlete than you?
The two. No way. No way whatsoever. He throws paintballs at children. I drop grown men on their head.
There's an analogy.
No, that's reality.
Well, it could be literally knowing RJ City.
Have you seen Splat a lot?
I have not seen
That's
Splat a
what that
lot.
boy does. He picks on children.
I'm more of the Keenan and Kel era. Strickland's trying to get back in, gonna get brought in the hard way. Lands on his feet, there's some of that agility. That's why they call him the Swerve, that's why they call him the new flavor. That's why he gets the buzz all across this country.
He's got long, lanky legs, and wow, they just snap forward with like a bullwhip into the back of his head there. I'll be surprised if RJ gets up after this.
Well, it could be the turning point of this matchup. Strickland is so great at stringing together multiple strikes in a short span of time.
He needs to pull it together and stay on RJ. He's got him knocked down, and you got the upper hand. And he's wasting his time.
Yeah. Nothing entertaining about this for RJ and LeBar. Nothing entertaining at all. There's Strickland mounting the offense.
We got planned here.
Reversal mid-ring. Strickland takes off the vertical base of RJ. Straight boot to the back of the head. Jump up DDT. Got all the leverage he needed. That's going to do it. Strickland's got the 3, and RJ able to muscle out.
There might be more of an athlete in that body than I thought. I did not see RJ kicking out of that.
Not at all, but certainly RJ would not be here if he were not an impressive wrestler, whether he wants to be known by that or not. Caught the straight boot. RJ caught Shane Strickland coming in. Come fly with me. No way, Shane Strickland counters.
Those are the openings you can't leave. You cannot take a second to sing, come fly with me.
Jump up, Hurricane Rana again, the agility. One fell swoop, and Strickland maybe looking to finish this thing.
Going up high, Strickland. Let's count the seconds here.
Swerve stomp coming up, nobody home.
I got 9 seconds here in the air.
RJ with a roll-up, Strickland drops down. Hey, come on!
He's hot, he's hot!
Come on, LeBar with the water to the eyes.
I don't know, he's acting like that was vodka in the eyes. That could burn.
And RJ with a sleeper.
Do you think that was water, just water?
Well, knowing LeBar, you never know.
I mean, that boy's got a lot of demons.
Well, I've seen him in his nightlife. There's the sleeper hold, over top, and Strickland's out. No leverage, nowhere for Strickland to go.
Here is your winner as a result of referee stoppage, RJ City.
And I can't argue with the fact the sleeper is very effective. He's 2-0 on it in IWC. I'm not sure if the sleeper is more entertaining than anybody else, though.
I do not agree with his tactics or the attitude, but I like this RJ City.
But no matter what you do, you can't help but dislike Justin LeBar, but apparently he's aligned himself with a winner.
Who?
A meal ticket.
Justin who?
RJ City, who's victorious tonight over Shane Strickland. Up next, Super Indy Championship. Still to come, but up next, a major contenders battle.
Introducing first, he weighs in at 210 pounds, wrestling out of Long Island, New York. He is the premier athlete, Tony Nese.
Anthony Nese, part of one of our main events a night ago at Cage Fury 2013, now available on DVD, where Nese attempted to wrestle the Super Indy Championship from Facade inside of the 15-foot high cage. Came out just short, but Nese dominated the early going of that matchup. He baited Facade where he wanted him to go, and he capitalized. The early part of that matchup was all Nese, but Facade, once the matchup opened up, was able to create an opening to retain that championship, but certainly take nothing away from the effort of the premier athlete.
And his opponent. He weighs in at 221 pounds. He is the frontman, the elite athlete, the heavy metal Jesus, Logan Shulo.
It's premier athlete versus elite athlete.
This is a guy I like to watch. Logan Shulo. We've been in the ring many times together, and as much as I joke about the ridiculous physique
Rematch prayer
of Tony Nese, look at the size of Logan Shulo. That guy has just been growing 10 pounds each time I see him. He is huge.
I'm not sure if I can name two men who are built like this, yet still maintain their speed and agility, quite like Tony Nese and Logan Shulo.
No, that's just great training with it.
The bell sounds, and certainly we have seen this matchup before. It was Tony Nese that defeated Logan Shulo for the Super Indy Championship back this past January under some questionable circumstances. But Nese really rose to the occasion and had some great Super Indy title defenses. He beat Michael Elgin, he beat Kid Cash, he handed Mike Rain's first IWC pinfall loss. So Nese really on top of his game, made it all the way to the final round of Super Indy 12 before being beaten by Facade. Nese and Shulo, two men top contenders for either of IWC single championships.
And well deserved too. I mean, the list of victories you just named off, he's proven himself time and time again.
And it's great to see you still have that mutual respect for Logan Shulo after.
How can you not?
After Norm Connor's chance to kind of divide and conquer you and Logan at Super Indy by putting you in that #1 contenders tag team matchup.
Yeah, that was a sticky situation. I mean, you go in there and you're like, you don't want to get along with the person who could potentially put you out of the title shot for an entire year. But you got to work together, and you got to just know this is a competition. We're both gonna try the best we can.
And Logan Shulo grounding Tony Nese early on. For those that missed it was Super Indy 12, where it was Dalton and Logan Shulo against 3 members of Team Big League. Whoever out of Dalton and Logan scored a winning pinfall would get a championship match at Cage Fury.
Who won that match?
Obviously, it was Dalton Cassidy who got that fall. And if the team was defeated, then they would not have a chance to get a title shot for a year. So certainly it was an attempt of Norm Connors to use the greed of the IWC Championship to tear you apart and take you both out of the picture. Thankfully, it didn't work.
Right. I mean, we're adults. We can work together, and neither one of us is going to try to steal.
A couple close calls in there, though. Got to admit.
I did lose my head a little bit. But I think we got it together. And,
it's hard to outsmart Norm Connors with what a manipulator he has become over the years.
right. Some might say you keep your brains in your head. The size of Norm Connor's waist, he's got a lot of brains in there, and they're all black. As in, like, he's a sneaky, sly guy. Or is it a heart that's black?
Yeah, so not a black heart or blackened soul, but also blackened brain.
Blackened brain from being bruised.
Nese trying to open this matchup up, quicken the pace. Who would you say a quicker pace would favor?
I would think Tony. If Anthony can speed things up, because there's a lot of Logan Shulo you need to get around, which I think you need to be quicker than Shulo to keep him from getting his big bear paws out there. Look at that. He's much larger than Anthony.
Yeah, Nese may have the quickness by a hair, but certainly Shulo with a vertical leap second to none as well. We touched on Strickland's a moment ago, but Shulo right up there on that list. And Shulo, our camera's trying to scramble position here as Shulo takes Nese around the Scenic Tour of Nevaeh, West Virginia.
Come on, baby.
A lot of Logan Shulo fans out there.
Absolutely.
Oh, wait, hey, that's knowing your surroundings.
Yeah, Nese using the ring as an offensive weapon. Maybe not ethical, but legal. And Nese drives Shulo small to the back first. The edge of that ring frame where metal meets wood, that is the hardest part of a wrestling ring.
I would say the hardest part of the wrestling ring is the concrete below it. But yeah, you say what you want.
Not part of the ring, but point taken.
I wrestle everywhere. This planet is my wrestling ring.
There's a cover by Nese for 2. Nese, one of the strongest men pound for pound as well. I believe it was a cover again off the leg.
I said quickness would be to Nese's advantage here, and I did not think it was going to be quick thinking to use that apron to get the upper hand, and now he's in a power position over a man who's much larger than him.
Very resourceful. Nese with, I believe, a 500-pound bench press, a 600-pound deadlift, a 1,200-pound leg press.
What is that in kilograms?
I'll get my calculator out. I'll talk to you later. My apologies to the international fans over your DVDs for designating that pound.
Confusion? Yeah, you're a bit insensitive.
Nese tripping up Shulo again.
That's more quick thinking right there. That's just an advantage he's going to have to keep up.
Springboard K-Brada, nicely done. Great agility for 2.
5 minutes gone by, 5 minutes remain.
You turn your entire body into a weapon when you go airborne.
And Nese is a bigger guy than would normally attempt that kind of maneuver. Nese is not 170, 180 pounder.
Are you checking his body out? Calling him thick?
Calling him very well defined, and he's got a lot of mass on him.
You want me to get his number for you?
No, that's okay. And Nese using that body weight to his advantage.
Too much of it, because that's got to pay a toll on him, doesn't it? Like, you keep throwing your chest into the other guy's chest, eventually you're going to hurt yourself. Well, let's take a look at Nese's abs there. Maybe he's all right.
Risk versus reward, really. Blatant choke. Would love to see...
trying to prevent Logan Shulo from getting the oxygen to the muscles.
Would love to see either of these men challenge Facade for the Super Indy title again. Both men have had storied wars with the Neon Ninja. Would love to see Shulo and McChesney again down the line. What do you think would come out of an Anthony Nese-John McChesney matchup?
Black and blue John McChesney.
We can only hope.
I haven't been in the ring with Nese, but I've been in the ring with John, and he's garbage. I think I've said this before.
You have. Bears repeating though.
But that would be a test of the quick wits and the quick thinking.
Certainly would.
As much as I dislike McChesney,
Sunset
he is
flip.
a sneaky person.
Notice Nese with a death grip on those ropes to keep him being pulled over into the sunset flip. Just counters with a straight kick to the temple.
That's my grandpappy used to always say, if you're getting
K-Brada a second time didn't work. And there's to your point, Dalton, about trying the same thing too often. Shulo looking to create some distance here, shake some cobwebs. Nese looking to charge, and I think Nese can sense the tide changing. He's frantic here, but can't get anything going. You felt that before, I'm sure.
Right in the mouth. Like, I hope Nese has a dental plan.
Shulo swinging wildly. He's lost his advantage. Nice back suplex by Heavy Metal. Jesus gets 2.5.
Got a bit of a wrestling match here now.
And some frustration setting in on both sides, I believe. We knew this would be among the most competitive contests of the afternoon. Reversal by Nese. Telegraph that drop kick.
He's made a lot of mistakes, and they're happening at crucial times in the match.
Senton nicely done. With Nese, it's a cover here too. I know it's more of the same as last night. Nese has a very, very strong beginning, but just cannot keep his man down. And I think that's a testament to the resourcefulness and the staying power of men like Facade and Shulo.
Their ability to adapt.
Certainly.
Or to learn his game plan quickly.
Nese is certainly nothing to sneeze at. He's one of the best, one of the most underrated, I would say.
I would agree.
The agility of Nese again. Shulo doesn't see him coming. Now he does. Right to the sternum. Nese gonna fly.
Is it in or out? What is it? That's what it is. There it is.
Nese staying a step ahead.
That's the quickness we were talking about earlier. You get to moving fast, you get Shulo waving around and not knowing where you are.
Nese could finish this thing. Beautiful frog splash. Great elevation. 2.5.
You're not gonna hold that man down like that.
9 minutes gone by in this contest. 1 minute remains.
And it's do or die time for Nese and Shulo with less than a minute to go. Again, strictly enforced time limits here. Bit of an experiment by IWC management. We'll see which one of these men can turn it up. Oh, you can hear the impact. Jeez. Physical match.
30 seconds.
Jeez. Oh, man.
And
I think I don't know if one of these guys can put the other one down in that short time.
I think somebody needs to come up with a Hail Mary and quick.
There we go. Pin him.
3-kick combo, but couldn't take him off his feet.
10 seconds.
How you gonna pin him, man, when he's standing? Oh my gosh, folks, Nese up for the clothesline. Does Shulo have time?
3, 2, 1.
Almost.
He got him down.
A long 2, but not enough. Time has elapsed.
That's a heartbreaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 10-minute time limit has expired on this contest. This matchup is a draw.
Clearly, there was clearly a winner there.
Well, I don't think either of these athletes will be happy with this decision.
Joe, I can't. I'm not sitting out for this.
All right, Dalton, good luck in your 6-man tag match later on in the afternoon as Logan and Nese have to pick up the pieces here. And the fans requesting more time. Shulo requesting more time.
WWJD! 2 more minutes! 2 more minutes, Nese. Get back in.
What's Nese?
2 more minutes, huh? No, I want to hear it. Does everyone here want 2 more minutes? What if I said 5 more minutes? What if I said no time limit? Well, guess what? I only got paid for 10 minutes, so that's what you're getting.
I think Nese realized he was a beaten man at about the 10:01 mark. Nese escaped without a loss. We get a draw, but we get an amazingly competitive draw. These men will have to meet again down the line. 2 big contenders, no clear-cut advantage. But Logan Shulo, the moral moral victory, in my estimation, as Mountain State Madness 5 continues.
Contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit, and it's for the IWC Super Indy Championship. Introducing first, he weighs in at 195 pounds, wrestling out of the skyline of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, representing the STDs. Here is Andrew Palace.
Yes, finally somebody to fight for the honor of the STDs. Andrew Palace, the goggles enthusiast, accompanied by bowling enthusiast Brian McDowell, time travel enthusiast Corey Futuristic, chest flexor enthusiast Ginger, and fellow chest flexor enthusiast Chest Flexor. What happened to my life? Palace getting a Super Indy title opportunity, a career match for this young man who sees things through very unique eyes. And yes, folks, the STD stands for Sexy Talented Dudes. I do not think they are aware of any other abbreviation that STD could stand for. Palace, I thought he was going to give out a free STD there for a second.
And his opponent, he weighs in at 199 pounds and he's a room in the street tonight. Creeping while you're sleeping, he is your reigning and defending IWC Super Indy Champion, the Neon Ninja, the Aerosol Assassin, Facade!
Is Facade the antidote? Is he the vaccination? Is he the penicillin that will stop the STD infestation? Facade, the Neon Ninja and Super Indy Samurai, was able to thwart Anthony Nese coming up last night, Cage Fury 2013. You can purchase that on IWC DVD digital download, courtesy of Sorgatron Media. Facade had an amazing fight. Three-time Super Indy champion, came out on top. But is he 100%? About 15 hours removed from a steel cage war. Palace signaling that he will be the next wearer of the championship. And exchange and a bell sound, and we are set to see Andrew Palace Facade right there. Well, Facade certainly the crowd favorite. Not that that is breaking any major hot news. Palace unloading quickly and early on the Aerosol Assassin. Got to keep in mind that the rest of these sexy, talented dudes are at ringside. You can never take your mind off of them for too long. Never trusted chest flexor. Facade. Series of strikes, series of takedowns. That's all Facade right now over Andrew Palace. And Palace has picked up some victories. I'm not going to say he's not worthy of a championship opportunity because that would be inaccurate. Palace certainly is an individual who has earned his stripes. He's certainly an individual who has proven himself. And it's all Facade in the early going, however. Who's
Excuse me, Dombrowski.
What?
It's time for reality check on commentary. Justin LeBar here.
Yeah, I got some reality for you. It's 86 degrees and you're in leather.
Hey, you cannot sacrifice entertainment and talent just because it's hot out. What would you know about entertainment and talent? I gotta come out here. I don't want DVD sales to be in the toilet and we need a plumber to get them out. So I came out here to add my voice, add my expertise. As you can see, Facade's in green and Andrew Palace is in purple.
What is your problem with Justin Plummer? Who? Facade, we tripped up, and that was Brian McDowell, He'll have his work cut out for him in a cage matchup later on in the afternoon. Facade.
Why is Facade kicking people that aren't even in the match?
Why are people not in the match getting involved with Facade?
I didn't see that part.
And Palace, angry scowl on his face as he catches Facade coming in. Tries to pick him in the hard way. There's the agility of Facade and flexor from the other side.
He tripped. It's a heat trip.
Boy, you see what you want to see, huh?
I see reality sitting next to, I don't know what you are, but...
At least they're not throwing water in anybody's eyes. Cover for 2.
It was hot out. What are you talking about?
Now, why are you buddying up to RJ City all of a sudden?
Because
what is this
entertainment finds entertainment. It takes talent to know talent. And myself and RJ City are the talent. So why would I not want to associate with him? Why would he not want to associate with me?
He comes out here, sings like Ethel Merman. He kicks Zema Ion in his surgically repaired stomach. There's nothing likable about this guy.
If Zema Ion is in such...
And there's nothing likable about this on the outside.
You see, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to give sympathy to Facade the same way they're supposed to give sympathy to Zema Ion?
Absolutely.
If he's injured, he shouldn't be coming near a wrestling ring. This is RJ City's ring. RJ City's IWC.
His debut was last night. How's it his ring?
Hey, we don't take long to make an impression and take ownership.
Yeah, you made an impression pretty quickly. And take long for these fans to figure you out.
Yeah, as soon as I walk out, they say I'm hot. I know I'm beautiful. I know I have talent.
Excuse me?
They keep saying, aren't you hot? And I say, yes, I know.
Oh, that must be what it is. Palace dropping all that body weight in the lower back of Facade. Smart maneuver to ground the aerialist. What's the reality, in your opinion, on Facade's reign as Super Indy champion this far?
Well, I mean, he's had the title. It's a very prestigious title. I give him credit for that, but, you know, it is what it is. It's just like RJ City says. It's a division. It's a title for a bunch of flippy, you know, Cirque du Soleil guys.
So RJ City, because he does not have a high-flying style, somehow thinks he's better than these people?
Exactly. You're picking up. That's the reality.
Because he could sing.
Everything. We don't have to itemize it. I mean, we can. I always love talking about him, but
he calls himself an entertainer, but he also is a wrestler, even though that may be a dirty word to him. Wrestling is important. Isn't it?
Look, all that's important is RJ City gets the right amount of TV time.
Wait a second. The goggles are on, LeBar. Palace likes to signify the end by putting on the goggles, but ironically, usually doesn't work out too well. I don't think he's hit that maneuver once yet.
I mean, he needs to get better goggles.
Took too much time to put the goggles on, and the sexy, talented dudes certainly in trouble.
I'm a big fan of, I gotta say it, STDs are starting to grow on me. The more I see of them.
The movement's spreading. Hard shots by Facade. As I mentioned last night, STDs, they're very tenacious. You think you got rid of them, they keep coming back.
Well, when you have a guy that looks like chest flexor, you know they're not going anywhere.
Not in the least. And I'm still trying to figure out Corey Futuristic, but that's another story. We'll talk about that later.
Oh.
Inverted atomic drop.
Contest, 15 minutes remain.
20-minute time limit for this championship matchup. 10-minute time limit for the undercard, as you mentioned, and there's a high kick caught Palace right between the eyes, and there's Corey Futuristic in the background. What's he doing? A Rashikage driver! 2-0. Whatever Corey's trying to do is not working because his man almost got beat. And I'll give credit to Palace for kicking out of the Rashikage driver.
Absolutely.
That's big. Very few men have done that.
And they had no goggles on.
Maybe only 1 or 2. And the distraction causes Palace to capitalize. German suplex. There's a nice bridge. We have a new champion. No! That could have shaken up IWC in a big way.
Wow, what a near fall that was.
Imagine Andrew Palace representing the Super Indy division.
Well, I don't really like, as RJ City's been teaching me, I don't like to think about the Super Indy division at all because it all just stands for, as I said, just ridiculous movement, flying around. I don't know what they're trying to accomplish here.
That's because neither one of you are capable of competing in that style.
You don't know what we're capable of.
I know I've seen RJ City twice now. I have a pretty good idea of what he's about.
You didn't know I was capable to do better on commentary than you, but I'm proving it right now.
Well, I'll leave that one up to the home viewers. Facade springboard. Sharp kick to the side of the head. Facade sticking and moving once again. And Palace outside, surrounded by his STDs, looking for some direction.
When's the creeping start?
Well, he's creeping while you're sleeping. But,
where's he going?
Well, now he's giving chase because Palace is trying to hightail it. And they're brawling in the parking lot.
We can't let STDs get in the crowd.
Please let that one lay there. Facade and Palace are battling by a ring truck. And credit to the referee for not counting these men. We want to see a decisive winner, especially after the time limit draw we just witnessed.
See, now, this is, a Super Indy champion.
Oh, Palace head first on the...
That's uncalled for. What is a truck? There's no need to have a truck in a wrestling match. Huh?
There's no need to have a microphone in a wrestling match. There's no reason to have a chair shot reality segment in a wrestling show.
You take that back.
Where is Facade going?
He's going up.
Oh, no.
You know what goes up, Joe?
Well, Facade's no stranger to taking chances. He was on top of 15 feet of steel last night, and now off the truck on top of everybody.
He wiped out STDs.
He was the STD killer, as he said on the sign on the way to the ring. But now the hard part, he's got to get Palace back to the ring to pin him.
See, but he's not even realizing this. He's too busy screaming at the crowd. The dreads are too tight.
Yeah, like he's the ham between him and you. Come on. And Facade has to navigate Palace a long way back into the ring.
You're at $300 currently right now.
Excuse me?
I'm billing you for my time out here.
Oh, get out of here. Invoice Chuck. He'll be happy to hear that. Facade gonna climb to the top here. Gonna finish off Palace once and for all. Wait a second. That's Ashton Amherst. We saw Ashton get involved last night. He made his presence known, hit the Ashton experience. Facade kicks that chair back into Palace. The official distracted by Ashton. The STDs tried to take a shortcut. It backfired.
You see,
Facade retains the title.
That's what the Super Indy's all about. It's all about cheap shots, chair shots, doing things that are illegal.
Here is your winner, and still IWC Super Indy champion, Facade.
RJ City and I would never allow something like that to happen. We keep our matches in the ring, four corners.
Yeah,
entertainment is there.
You're a lot sneakier. You go for the water bottles. Facade victorious, but what is Ashton Amherst doing out here? He is signed to IWC. The contract does not kick in until October. We saw him get involved a night ago. We saw him hit the Ashton experience. And tonight, a distraction on Facade almost cost Facade his Super Indy championship.
I'm interested to see if Facade gets his hands on Ashton Amherst anytime soon.
Ashton is all about championship gold, and now that he's here in the dance here in Pittsburgh, in IWC, he's targeting the Super Indy champion, who is still Facade. And plenty more action still to come here in Mountain State Madness.
The following singles contest is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first, being escorted ringside by David Marbley. He weighs in at 180 pounds, wrestling out of Newell, West Virginia, making his IWC debut, Harley T. Morris.
Harley T. Morris, accompanied to the ring by Davidson Marvell. Yes, it is Harley and Davidson here in an IWC debut. They are Newell, West Virginia natives. They are the hometown favorites, and one of them is wearing a coonskin cap. And the other one, I'm not sure what he's wearing. Interesting change of pace here at Mountain State Madness 5. First time we've seen Harley in IWC. Meet the opponent, Harley T. Morris. One-on-one competition.
Representing STD, he weighs in at 3
Futuristic, there he is. I think they misunderstood when they got told that Harley Davidson was going to be here. The man that claims he is from the future, perhaps he could have looked ahead to see that was a bad idea. Corey Futuristic is an STD. Oh, what happened in my life? Corey, the time travel enthusiast, for those of you keeping notes at home, accompanied by McDowell, Ginger, and Flexer. McDowell now taking the tricycle to the back. McDowell's got a cage match to worry about later, which will be about as stark a contrast to this as I can think of. The bell sounds. Futuristic not even in the ring. Now he is. That would help, wouldn't it? Harley T. Morris is wild and wonderful, just like the state of West Virginia. Corey Futuristic, less popular opinion. And Futuristic spitting on the coonskin cap, wiping himself. You'd think they'd have softer toilet paper in the future. Maybe a 3-ply deal. There's a spear by Harley T. Morris, upset by the damage done to said coonskin cap. And now Harley Morris unloading. Futuristic hangs on, and he's getting to the outside quickly. Futuristic commiserating with his STDs. And not much that Davidson can do on the outside. Well, Davidson going to get involved in the strategy session here. There you see it. Harley coming in from the blind side. Meeting of the minds between Flexor and Futuristic. And just like that, we're back in the ring, but Futuristic goes to the eyes. Futuristic, of course, spent a lot of time in the future training with Nolan Gowan, the son of Zach Gowan, who present day is only 15 months old. Futuristic working out hard for this matchup. And Harley Morris with a clothesline. Drop kick nicely done. Kid's got good agility. And Corey in dangerous territory. They're upside down with a slam. And Harley get a jumping elbow. And a steam. No, Flexor pulls the leg. Flexor, the nuisance he's always been, and now we got a chase on the outside. Harley in hot pursuit of Flexor, who's getting in the ring for goodness sakes. And Harley took his eyes off Futuristic, and that was the plan. Those STDs strike when you're not paying attention. And there's a tope to the outside. Kid not very big, but he uses his body.
Yeah, what do you gotta do?
Corey mocking probably pretty much the entire state of West Virginia. Sends Harley back in. And now just trying to humiliate the kid here in his hometown. Follow through with a senton. Futuristic in firm control. What's he doing with that? Is he rolling dice? Harley with a cradle. He's got a cover. Could have him now. Backslide. Can he get the weight where he needs it? Shoulders down. Barely a count of 2, if that. Says referee Jake Clemens. Futuristic with a knee. And back to the future connects. Corey. Cover, 2-0. Corey can't believe it. Corey better win this thing or else Flexor may future endeavor him. Inverted atomic drop. Follow through clothesline. And Futuristic back in firm control. And what in the world? A most muscular from Corey Futuristic. All the muscles he could muster showcased there. Now the reverse chin lock, cutting off the blood supply to the brain via the carotid artery. Blood is what transports the oxygen. No oxygen to the brain. The lights go out quickly. Harley Morris back to a vertical base, trying to fend himself free. Right hand, doesn't have a lot behind him though. A lot been taken out of this kid. Futuristic. Side Russian leg sweep, great float over. Got him here. No, near fall.
That's not even a Russian leg sweep because in the future, there is no Russia.
Flexer informing me that in the future, Russia does not exist. It's been through enough, by God. The Belarus leg sweep. You happy?
In this contest, 5 minutes remaining.
And Futuristic up top. High risk. And didn't get anywhere near what he wanted. Futuristic crashed and burned. Part of him landed on Morris. Both men the worse for wear. And Harley up top. Hometown kid getting it done. Follow through, but Futuristic gets the foot up. Corey tries to follow through, caught a power slam. Corey's down, hook of the leg. Couldn't put him away. Harley T. Morris looking good here in his IWC debut against Futuristic. Now Harley twists around into a cradle. Flexer gets involved. That was a nice move by Harley. Shades of Perry Saturn almost. And Davidson just took a shot at Flexer. And in the ring, it's Futuristic. Has Harley. Harley counters. Shades of Pat O'Connor by Harley Morris, and he got the win.
Here is your winner, Harley T. Morris.
Feel-good victory for the hometown kid. Just 20 years old, lived in Newell all his life. And Harley, along with Davidson, get the job done. Victory for Harley T. Morris. STD back to the drawing board.
Introducing first, representing Team Big League, he weighs in at 207 pounds, wrestling out of Saratoga Springs, New York. He is one half of the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, the Round Eye Samurai, Bobby Fish.
It was this past June at a Ring of Honor event in, I believe, San Antonio, Texas, when Bobby Fish faced a man making his Ring of Honor debut. That man happens to be named Ray Rowe. Bobby Fish was victorious. He targeted the knee. He injured the knee of Ray Rowe, leading to many speculating that was all but proven true that Bobby Fish was sent by John McChesney to deliver a message to Ray Rowe. McChesney, Ray Rowe's toughest rival, inarguably, in Rowe's wrestling career. Fish and Rowe met again in IWC last night. Rowe's home organization for so many years, IWC. And Bobby Fish picked up a victory there. In my estimation, that's even more impressive than Fish's win in Ring of Honor. You expect Bobby Fish to win in Ring of Honor. You don't expect Ray Rowe to lose in IWC.
And his opponent, he weighs in at 235 pounds, originally from Cleveland, Ohio, now wrestling out of Houston, Texas. Here is Raymond Rowe.
Ray Rowe in the best shape I've ever seen him. And he touched on it last night in the altercation between Rowe and Fish that set up this return match. Rowe's the kind of guy that's up at 5 in the morning doing cardio. Rowe guy that's in the gym 6 days a week because he's that dedicated, he's that focused on hitting a higher level. And it's hard to picture him on a level higher than we've seen Rowe at in past years. But the proof is certainly right in front of you. I've never seen Ray Rowe that lean, never seen him that powerful looking, but you've always seen him focused. That's the thing about Ray Rowe. He's never not focused.
You sound like a sour apple to me, boy.
Bobby Fish taking exception with one of our ringsiders.
Pay anything because you don't have any money for a job. Am I right or am I wrong? I'm right. Thank you.
Bobby Fish yelling at that small child, not making friends. Not that Bobby Fish ever really has. Fish one half of the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, along with Kyle O'Reilly. And we've seen that championship hot potato a few times. The Forever Hooligans, the American Wolves, recently wore those championships, but Fish is now a two-time title holder in ROH. Very rare feat, to be sure. So credit to Fish for all of his in-ring acumen. And Fish has been in with Ray Rowe twice. He knows what he's in ring with. He knows what he has to deal with.
Obviously, out of my weight class, you are much bigger than I am.
Well, I think Rowe's got probably about 10, 20 pounds on Fish, but it's nothing out of the ordinary for professional wrestling.
You weigh this gentleman with.
Fish requesting a scale. Rowe chomping at the bit.
Contest, that's all.
Oh, Bobby Fish, part of Team Big League. Fair is not in his vocabulary. That's to be sure.
Fair, like with caramel corn and cotton candy and games. You look like a caramel. You look like a caramel.
Bobby Fish taking issue with some of these fans again. He's only delaying the inevitable. If I heard Pedro correctly, a 15-minute time limit in this matchup. Smart maneuver based on the personal stakes involved. Not your run-of-the-mill matchup, to be sure. This is a grudge, and it's not so much a personal grudge that we talk about a lot. It's really a professional grudge between these two men. And it's Fish. Counters the hammerlock, drops down with a drop toe hold. Nice technique. On the mat, I give a slight edge to Fish. But as we documented a night ago, Cage Fury 2013, available now, IWCWrestling.com, DVD and digital download. Both these men have trained extensively in not just professional wrestling, obviously, but also mixed martial arts. Both men studied for a number of years. Fish traveled to Japan, made a name for himself in Pro Wrestling Noah. But Bobby Fish never encountered anyone in Japan quite like Ray Rowe. That's to be sure. And Fish sent for the ride, back elbow. Rowe coming into this matchup 0-2. It's really crunch time for the emotionless assassin, the baddest man in IWC. I don't think Rowe's ever gone down 0-3 on anybody. And Bobby Fish, it's possible. And there you see Bobby Fish exploiting the knee of Ray Rowe. That's the same knee that Fish was working over at Ring of Honor's event in early June. We did not see Fish target it last night. However, we are seeing Fish target it now. Perhaps Fish was saving this as a trump card, knowing that he would have to meet Rowe today, originally set for an 8-man tag, but now one-on-one. And I'll give a lot of credit to Fish. He beat Rowe without really utilizing much of the weak point he created, but now I think Fish heard the words, saw the look in the eye of Rowe last night, and realizes, you know, he's in the ring with Ray Rowe for the third time, but he may not be in the ring with the same Ray Rowe that he was in there with in the past. In with the senton, Guerrero-esque, nicely done. Almost gets two. Rowe. Very tentative on that knee right now. Rowe saw that knee give out on him at Ring of Honor and knows the same could happen here. Nice Muda-esque elbow by Bobby Fish. 2 and change. Now being joined, pleasure to be joined by Justin Plummer of IWC Aftershock. I'm trying to put you over here, kid. IWC Aftershock. Justin, you know you're always my first choice to have out here, so I'm pleased to be joined by you.
It's incredibly hot. I was hiding out, but Chuck finally found me, so here I am. But what better match to join you than Ray Rowe, Bobby Fish Part 2? Or is it Part 3?
Well, Part 3 if you count the Ring of Honor meeting, and this is a dire situation for Ray Rowe because the knee that was injured in Ring of Honor in Texas has been exploited by Bobby Fish here so far in this contest. Fish could be minutes away from going 3-0 against Ray Rowe.
In this contest, 10 minutes remain.
I've never seen anybody go 3-0 on Ray Rowe.
No, and you rhymed. And what you're about to...
Rowe trying to battle back, but again, you can't get the proper strength and leverage you need on those strikes if you can't plant your weight properly on the knee.
Yeah, I missed Bobby Fish focusing on Ray Rowe's knee. Last thing I saw was a
hard clothesline could happen here now.
When I started making my way down here, I just saw the Bobby Fish doing his best impersonation of Kid Cash from last Mountain State Madness, trying to get the fans riled up.
Yeah, no kidding. Not like this much attempt needed. T-bone. Ray Rowe, the suplex machine, explodes in his element. But no, could not get the 3, but if Ray Rowe can unleash with the suplexes, it's his advantage, and Bobby Fish knows that. That's why he's in the fetal position now to cover up.
He's holding on to that bottom rope for dear life, like it's his safety blanket.
What did you make of the respect we saw? But wait, not to catch up, but Death Row coming up. Counter by Fish. Roll up, no. I was shocked to see Fish show respect to Rowe after the matchup last night.
First time I've seen Bobby Fish act like that in my entire life, I think, but it didn't last very long.
Not at all. Half crab. Fish has a lot of distance between himself and Rowe. That could be a mistake. I think Fish got caught up in the moment, but as soon as he realized, hey, I'm in Team Big League's back pocket, I don't need to respect anybody. We saw his true colors.
He must have had a little bit to drink there at some point during that match, because he did. It was like a switch went off, and he turned back to his usual self, which is always good to see.
Well, in one man's opinion. Rowe gets to the ropes, however, breaks that crab. Fish never really had that maneuver fully applied, for whatever reason. Seemed very tentative and really going full bore with it. I think Fish is afraid of being within arm's length of Ray Rowe right now. That's what it is. Oh my God, sharp kick to the temple. Fish is gonna do this. Fish is gonna be undefeated against Ray Rowe. No.
Actually, I think the referee Troy Davis broke that one up, Joe.
What have your recent interactions with Bobby Fish been like on Aftershock?
Yeah, Bobby Fish, to be honest with you, I didn't even get a word with him last night. You know, Norm Connors made a promise to all the fans that Team Big League would not interfere.
Death Row countered. Roll up by Fish. Almost had it.
Again.
Death Row attempt the third time. Got him! Oh, Bobby Fish just went limp. Fish just went limp. And Ray Rowe avenges his prior losses.
Here's your winner, Raymond Rowe!
A huge victory for Ray Rowe just one night after getting his second loss to Bobby Fish. You gotta think this is a big confidence booster. Anybody that can take out a Ring of Honor champion is just another notch on Ray Rowe's belt. Makes the trip from Texas worth it.
And you can see the damage done. Ray Rowe having trouble navigating himself out of this ring, but he's a fighter. He's a warrior. He was simply more than worth it. Ray Rowe avenges the loss here on his home turf of IWC Wrestling. And coming up next, Justin, here's the time. The women of wrestling.
You know, it's just not a coincidence that I showed up here, Joe.
They'll be here. Well, wait a second. Now, what is this? Let's not wrap this segment yet. That's John McChesney, IWC champion. He's set for 6-man tag action later. But why is he out here with Bobby Fish now? And how convenient he waits till Rowe leaves. The man that ran Ray Rowe out of his hometown of Cleveland, Ohio, forced Rowe to relocate to Texas. Let's listen in.
Those are fighting words, Joe. Someone's got to step in.
Pedro, what did you say?
Oh.
He's been riding the old man, John. It's not fair. You're not fair. These people are unfair.
Come on, unfair.
There's going to be a point to this here if we just keep listening a little bit longer.
Do for these people.
Is this how their meetings go in the locker room?
I'm Team Big League's monkey now. I'm Team Big League's monkey. I didn't say you were a monkey, Bobby Fish. I said I have a problem with you losing. I thought we had something special going, John.
I don't think McChesney and Fish are on the same page.
And all this without microphones. This is impressive. This has got to be a first.
I've never seen these guys not on the same page, though.
He's embarrassing me.
McChesney loves that spotlight, loves the hog. Whoa.
Wait a minute.
Hey.
Oh, I did. He's a jack.
Bobby Fish pushing John McChesney.
You can't come out here, call me a monkey, spit on yourself, and treat me like a piece of trash. You can't.
Bobby Fish taking umbrage with John McChesney and Team Big League, and that's a side of Bobby Fish I have not seen before. What does this mean for the future of Team Big League?
They had a lot of big wins last night, Joe, but I don't know. The foundation of Team Big League is being shaken up.
McChesney better focus. He's got a huge six-man tag matchup coming up later on in the afternoon.
Is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit.
Lady time here on IWC Wrestling.
Introducing first, wrestling out of the heart of it all, Akron, Ohio, here is Sassy Stephie.
We've seen Sassy stuff before here in IWC in these new West Virginia Mountain State Madness events, I do believe. My opinion, one of, if not the toughest female athlete in the state of Ohio right now. Loves to make all of her opponents kiss her sass.
I wouldn't mind kissing her sass, to be quite honest with you.
3 S's.
I don't even know what that means, but I do it.
That's the name of her signature maneuver.
Do you dare me?
No, please stay here. For the sake of us all, please stay here.
I'm going to stay seated for just a little bit longer. But you're right, Sassy Stephie, a mainstay here in the IWC. We've seen her in Clearfield. We've seen her here. It's great to have her back.
And her opponent. Wrestling out of Dayton, Ohio, here is Nevaeh!
Nevaeh, which if you were unaware, Mr. Plummer, is heaven spelled backwards.
Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, you're right. I just had to write that out real quick.
And I'm not sure if that is maybe a bit ironic or a bit fitting of her personality, but well, I know Nevaeh is very, very tough. She is, I believe, a former tag team champion in the Shimmer Women's Athletics promotion. Shout out to my friend Dave Prazak of Shimmer. Hello, Dave. And Nevaeh actually, at one time, if I'm correct, teamed with Ashley Lane, better known as TNA Knockout Madison Rayne.
All right, here we go. This will be my first time actually seeing Nevaeh, Joe, so kind of excited to see what she's got.
Evenly matched contest, I would say. Both ladies equal size, equal experience, equal toughness. Looks like these fans have kind of adopted Sassy Steph.
Yeah, and you can kind of see why. It's like the female version of Bobby Fish out here. She's got a mouth on her, Nevaeh does. Here we go. Now,
I've never thought about a female version of Bobby Fish until now.
it's not bad though. Once you start kind of thinking a little bit about it. Just the beard throws you off.
Nevaeh and Steph looking for some crowd support. Nevaeh bases her career out of Dayton. Steph out of Akron, Ohio. We're right on the Ohio border here, right in the sliver of West Virginia between Pennsylvania
This
and
is
Ohio.
the sliver. Yeah, we are in the sliver.
We are slivering here tonight in Newell, West
I'm always
Virginia.
nervous when we're in the sliver of West Virginia. It's just something creepy about it.
Hey, I don't mind. There's a Tim Hortons 6 miles from here, so I'll be all right. Nevaeh trying to get some crowd rallied behind her.
Mocking them, I think.
Maybe so. Yeah.
She's saying they don't know what they're clapping for. She's kind of, I mean, I guess she's right.
Clapping for Steph. And quite rapidly. Collar and elbow center of the ring. And Steph in control of the wrist. Women here in IWC, they're not just looks. They can wrestle. They are athletes first.
To be honest with you, Joe, when you told me to come out here for the ladies' match, I thought we were going to see Sylvie Silver versus Justin LaBar. I wasn't expecting this, but it's a pleasant surprise.
Steph with a textbook side headlock. Dropped to a knee to cut off the vertical base, but Nevaeh able to escape. You're not charging me nearly as much to be out here as LaBar did either, so I appreciate that.
No, I work for free.
I'm
here for the love of the game.
Oh, that's why they keep you around.
And I got to work on my tan a little bit.
Get your tan on. Steph, Japanese arm drag. Nicely done. Steph with a cover. Got 2. But not enough. Gonna take more than that to beat either one of these women. Nevaeh caught Steph off guard there with that back elbow. Grabbed the leg and just come up almost like a spinning back fist, only with an elbow.
Spinning back elbow.
Pulling with a hair. Double handful of hair. Very uncouth. Big 6-man tag still to come. Steel cage warfare.
Oh, yeah, that steel cage match later on this evening, this afternoon.
Yeah.
That steel's gonna get hot out here, Joe.
Absolutely.
We're gonna see some burns. We got the pavement smoking hot right now.
Even more dangerous than a cage match indoors, as Steph and Nevaeh grasp the advantage center of the ring. It's Nevaeh that comes up on top. I'm curious to see how Team Big League's going to function as a trio in that tag team matchup after McChesney and Bobby Fish clearly had a quarrel in the center of the ring as Nevaeh down for the cover, hooks the leg, only 2.
We started talking about this last match a little bit. Team Big League, I mean, they started unwinding last night. Norm Connors comes out to the ring and he wants to win every match fair and square, which is a little bit odd for the way Norm's been acting lately.
Well, here's my question. I posed this to Mark Madden, and my question is, are you taking Norm at face value? Do you trust him? With how long you've been in the business, do you believe Norm at his word? And Mark Madden had the perfect answer. He said, no, I've been in the business this long, so I'm a liar. Hey, even Madden was bought off by Team Big League, so I don't trust anybody when it comes to Team Big League, especially if it's coming from their executive consultant, Norm Connors.
That could be true, but I was able to catch up with Norm Connors following the event, and you can see that interview on IWCWrestling.com, IWC Aftershock. It should be up right now as you're listening to this and watching this DVD. But Norm genuinely seemed upset that title match inside of the cage ended the way it did. He really wanted to see the true outcome, who the better man was, I believe, between the man who led the Norm Connors era and the man who led the Chuck Roberts era. And now we'll never know who was really going to come out on top.
To be fair, you've never worked for Norm. You've known him quite a bit less than most of us.
And I do hear that's a good thing.
And we have a cover there by Nevaeh again. Couldn't put her away, though. Nevaeh doing a great job of grounding Steph. Steph likes to pick up the tempo. Nevaeh, textbook suplex, nicely done.
5 minutes gone by, 5 minutes remain.
10-minute time limit again, cover. Hook the leg, woman.
Yeah, these 10-minute time limits are tough. I mean, you really got to crank up the offense. You don't have much time to finish things off.
Very offensive-minded. You can't rest on your laurels. You can't come in with a strategy of making somebody punch themselves out or winning on endurance. You got to go full
No
throttle.
rope-a-dope. No rope-a-dope. Not in a 10-minute match.
And Steph trying to elevate Nevaeh. Manhattan drop on the tailbone. And a little bit of I'm not sure if she got the hair or not, but a takedown, modified mare. Gonna say retribution for some of the hair pull earlier, but not sure if Steph's about that. But Steph is all about intensity, all about that cross body. Hooks are tight, almost has her. Near fall situation. And Nevaeh up. Got Steph off guard. Has her, and Nevaeh, I believe, at her feet. Oh,
Here is your winner, Nevaeh!
Not the result we had hoped for, Justin.
You know, always with the ropes, every time. Terrible people.
Nevaeh, a victorious terrible person here tonight, this afternoon, over Sassy Steph. 2 big ones to go. Tag team matchup next.
They weigh in at a total combined weight of 607 pounds. First, he is your reigning IWC World Heavyweight Champion, Big League, John McChesney.
Give me this microphone! Newell! Newell, the worst city I've ever been to in my entire life!
Demands his own entrance, I guess.
That's harsh.
I would like to introduce to you, Newell, to the International Wrestling Cartel, and to especially you, Mr. Chuck Roberts, the brand new International Wrestling Tag Team Champions of the World, Jimmy Nuts and Joe Brooks, Team Big League!
Yes, Jimmy Nuts, Joseph Brooks victorious over War and the defending champions Colin, Delaney, and Haught. Last night.
Oh, wait a minute, they brought it back.
He's got the Bad Blaster again.
Oh, they called an audible. They're not shooting it off.
They're not going to give it to them. And you think the one time they want to have a celebration.
Cut that off, okay? Hey, kid. Is that your mother next to you there?
Uh-oh.
I heard the Hookstown Fair ended last night. I think we should take you over there, feed you some of the prize cow's milk, because your mother's milk didn't do you any good growing up, kid. So let's have a party!
I don't get
Joe Brooks, Jimmy Nuts, the new tag team champions of the world! Oh!
What an ego.
And you thought those things retired with Johnny B. Bad.
And you got all this nonsense falling on these people, confetti and glitter.
And their opponents.
Uncalled for. Now it's time for a real party.
They weigh in at a total combined weight of 795 pounds. Here's the team of the Bearcat, Haught, the extremely cute wrestler, Colin Delaney, and the party peacock, Dalton Castle.
I don't know they kept these guys back in the locker room this long with all that energy.
Well, Haught and Delaney have something to prove, and after losing the tag team championships, Dalton has something to prove because he, in many cases, again, should be IWC champion today, but he's not.
I mean, everybody's surprisingly positive on this team for what they went through last night.
Well, they're all about having a good time and entertaining these fans, but you know once the bell rings.
Once that music stops,
These guys will be about one thing, and that's revenge. Whether it's physically, whether it's in their own unique brand, such as Haught is demonstrating. The hot mess as twirl.
what would you do to be that middle row, Joe, right there? That moment.
Take your part.
Just saying.
Wow. Form.
Wow.
lots of cuteness
I
on the
know.
Dalton Castle team.
Dalton Castle thinks that John McChesney has a fat little boy body, and McChesney has taken exception to that multiple times. McChesney actually in the best shape he's been in years right now.
Oh, he's in fantastic shape, physically and mentally, because he's got a great support system with him. Let's not forget about that. Bell sounds, nobody wants to get in the ring. And Dalton is focused, as is Colin, in their own unique way, but they are focused. Team Big League does not look too enthused. Maybe they'll just sit outside the ring and wait out the time limit.
I mean, it should be getting counted out right now, right? Did the bell ring?
Absolutely should be. It has rung, and the official has begun counting.
There it is.
CJ Sensation gave him quite a breather. We've had his motives questioned in the past, but hopefully he'll do the right thing.
He relaxed the rules last night for that loser leaves IWC match, and he's been relaxing the rules all day here today.
I agree with the call of relaxing the rules last night.
Oh, certainly, yeah. The stakes that high, I agree too.
I believe the call's been made for Keith Haught on this hot summer day to start the matchup off.
I also think every match should be a barbed wire cage match, though, so you might not want my opinion on relaxing
that's
rules.
Not valid.
Exploding cables, anything, whatever, I don't care. There's a lot of singing tonight.
Dalton Castle reminding us of the rather high temperatures. We got hot all over the place. Do you have any hot news, Plumber?
Right now, you're going to have to go to IWCWrestling.com. Follow me on Twitter, @PlumberLovesYou. Check me out on Facebook. All the news is there.
Check out the championships. Check out the decorated group that is Team Big League.
Look at that championship.
Yeah. Quite an accolade, if I do say so myself.
In America right now, it's disgusting. This town would know how to be. Let's go.
Team Big League has yet to choose an individual to start this matchup.
Hey-o! Now that's just pure intimidation. He's trying to get inside their heads. When they see a man of that size move with that agility, I haven't seen anything like that since Bam Bam Bigelow.
I'm wondering if Pedro will make the 5-minute time call before they touch.
I'm wondering how bad these guys are going to sweat before they actually touch.
It's like a Lord Zoltan match, man. Jimmy Nuts stalling, doesn't want a piece of Keith Haught. Now he might. Oh, test of strength. Of course, Nuts has the leverage, to say the least.
You know, I saw Jimmy Nuts backstage just a few hours ago, and I commented, I think he's grown 3 inches since yesterday.
What?
He's really tall today.
I don't know what that means. Was he on a stool at the time?
I don't know. I think he's got shoe lifts in.
Well, Keith Haught, they call him the Bearcat. Got his foot stepped on, however.
Something's in those. Those are loaded boots. I'm telling you. Keep your eyes peeled.
Well, they're not curly-toed, so jury's out.
Look how quick!
Keith Haught now a step ahead of Nuts. And humiliating Nuts much the same way Nuts and Brooks humiliated Delaney and Haught by taking their tag team titles.
And Nuts is quickly out of the ring.
You want to switch corners? Team Big League wants that corner. We want it.
Another strategy session for Team Big League, who are not on their game. They're not on the same page. They may not be reading the same book all day here after the disagreement with McChesney and Bobby Fish. Colin's got the bad blaster.
Connor's not here. You know what? I think we just ought to set the cage up early and get this thing underway.
Well, we may need a cage to keep Team Big League where they need to be. And Dalton, Colin, and Keith are doing what they do best.
Oh!
On the Nurple! Shades of Trevor Lowe, the double Nurple. Another IWC alum from years gone by. As now Jimmy Nuts, no laughing matter anymore as he takes over on Keith Haught, working him over in the corner.
No, it was only a matter of time before this match got serious.
Oh, yeah. Jimmy Nuts is dead serious. And Keith Haught with a reversal, collides with the weight. Stop.
Oh, motorboat.
Nuts is humiliated and he may be nauseous.
5 minutes gone by in this contest. 15 minutes remain.
I'm trying to come up with a nuts and breast reference, and I just got nothing right now.
I think that's for the better.
It's too hot.
He thought tags in the party peacock. And I think Dalton is going to tag in Joe Brooks himself.
Taking advantage of that new haircut.
Well, Brooks, keep in mind, is the reason Dalton Castle's not the IWC champion, in my view.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, you actually saw, whether you want to believe it was a ruse or it was legit, Jimmy Nuts tried to prevent Joe Brooks from getting involved in the title match last night. I mean, maybe they're just putting us all on, but
what matters is that Mr. Brooks did get involved in the title match. That's all that matters to Dalton Castle. That's the reason Dalton's not the champion.
Another time, that's 3 times in a row now that Dalton's been screwed out of the IWC title, for lack of a better word, by Team Big League.
Dalton, nobody home in the corner. Brooks out of the way. And Brooks gets crotched. And here's some serious penance, some dues being paid. Brooks will think twice before getting involved again.
See, here's where I go for the cover, because he's not kicking out right now. He's got no wind. He's probably going to be vomiting any second.
Well, Dalton has some revenge to extract. Reversal by Brooks, but nothing doing. He doesn't have that strength he needs. Dalton's got it, though. Modified crucifix. Airplane spin style. And it's Brooks who lays himself down with a twisting sidewalk slam.
See, I can never do that. I'd be on the ground right now, crying and whimpering.
Man, is Castle pumped. Been waiting all day to do that. Tag into Colin Delaney, ECW, the extremely cute wrestler. Do you think Colin's cute, Justin?
You know, I'm not into guys with facial hair, but
okay. Let me convince him to lop off the beard.
He'd go well with the female version of Bobby Fish.
John McChesney tagged in. When you talk cumulative days, no one has held the IWC title longer than John McChesney in the 12-plus year history of this organization.
Is that a fact?
And Colin with the Bad Blaster. Cover. 2 men, no. And Colin unloading with the knife edges. Up and over. Nicely done there. Back body drop. Colin, 2 and no. I'll tell you what, with this performance, I'd love to see Colin Delaney challenge for the IWC
Championship. Give him a shot.
Not just a tag team wrestler, although he has become a tag team specialist over the years. Your fault.
I mean, you do have to factor in the fact that McChesney was just inside of a steel cage less than 24 hours ago, but nonetheless, Delaney is looking pretty impressive against IWC's best.
Let's not use that as an excuse for John McChesney now. There are a number of individuals.
He has enough excuses, you're right.
4 men have been in cage matches. None of them have used them as an excuse, except for McChesney. And McChesney able to turn the tide. Colin in trouble. Northern Lights, nicely done. Shoulders trapped for 2. Great bridge by Billy. Back in comes Jimmy Nuts. And what a unique matchup that was a night ago between War, Team Big League, and Haught and Cute. Finally saw Nuts and Brooks win the championships, which McChesney's predicted for months now. But still a lot of bad blood between Nuts and Brooks, and we are rock stars, you have to believe.
Yeah, we're probably going to see that carry on. But, Joe, how long do you think it's going to take you to get used to seeing all of this gold in Team Big League?
I'm not sure I will get used to it. It's an unsettling feeling because that's just more stroke, more influence, more power the Team Big League possesses. Every big win,
10 minutes gone by in this contest, 10 minutes remain.
every championship victory makes them that much more untouchable. Combine that with Norm Connor's political favors, and you've got a strong hold on this company.
Where is Norm today? Have we talked about it? Has anyone looked into that?
Shudder to think. But you notice he's not here reprimanding Joseph Brooks, is he? So it must not have been that bad that Brooks got involved in the cage match.
Or he was just so disgusted with the way things went down that he didn't come today. I mean, we'll have to look into it. Whose job is it to find this stuff
What
out?
about what Norm, as McChesney takes the tag, what about what Norm said to Justin LaBar last night? He said, quote, "I know what you're trying to do. Stay out of Team Big League's business." What did that mean?
He also said, quote, "Nobody should be doing interviews in the IWC besides Justin Plummer." But I don't know if you caught that one. Maybe it was only me.
Well, way to make it about you and not about the story we're telling, but be that as it may. But you're backstage, you're investigating. Do you have any idea what Justin LaBar may be trying to do with Team Big League?
Again, you have to check it out. When I went to talk to Team Big League, after I spoke with Norm last night, I don't know what was going on, but I did see Justin LaBar in the locker room with Joseph Brooks and Bobby Fish. McChesney wasn't there. Jimmy Nuts wasn't there.
And that's
I
really
don't know.
interesting to me because, well, cover 2 and near fall. Keep in mind, we had originally seen, I believe, John McChesney in the locker room of Jimmy Nuts at one point, right before Nuts joined Big League.
So it's something we're going to keep looking into. Again, stay tuned to IWCWrestling.com. It's all going to be there.
Second turnbuckle on the inside is Big League. I believe he's at about 20, 21 months total of his career as champion. But doesn't feel like a champion now. Colin Delaney gets the feet up, doesn't know where he is, however. He's headed towards the wrong part of town.
McChesney taking way too much time. I don't know what's gotten into him. He has all this experience, but he's letting this crowd get to him today.
It's all about, well, I told you, they're not on the same page as Team Big League. I think McChesney, part of him is still thinking about Bobby Fish. Here comes Haught, here comes Brooks. Hot tag, Keith Haught's in. And Haught having his way with everybody. Deceptive dexterity, the kick to the temple.
Cleaning house.
The Uranagi to Brooks. Who's left for Keith Haught? Colin now. Nuts in trouble, down goes Nuts. Now McChesney in, but he doesn't want a piece of Dalton, that's for sure. Counter.
None of y'all can see McChesney!
That was a stupid idea by McChesney.
That's why I love these guys. They're so innovative.
Castle back to his feet, and he starts unloading.
You see stuff you've never seen before between these two.
McChesney out-showmaned by Castle. Couple of kicks countered. And Castle with a stunner. And that could beat him. It does beat him. Dalton Castle's pinned the champion.
And our winners, the team of Colin Delaney, Keith Haught, and Dalton Castle.
Dalton Castle inventing moves. I've never seen anything like that before. Gets his revenge on John McChesney, but you know it's just so bittersweet.
Absolutely. Castle does not get the IWC championship, but he once again gets the claim that he's pinned. IWC champion John McChesney as part of this big 6-man tag. McChesney is irate, and it's a big-time celebration for Castle, Colin Delaney, and Keith Haught. Team Big League, they're going to need to regroup because they've got all the power. They got the chips in their favor, but it appears they're starting to see a crack in that foundation, Justin.
Now, I mean, we can enjoy the celebration, but you're seeing right here the bottom line. These 3 men are still walking out with the gold. But wait a minute.
Are they walking out? Ladies and gentlemen, steel cage tag battle. Next, IWC Mountain State Madness. Marshall Bull set for a cage match.
I cannot believe I'm back in this shithole town. Every time I come here, your local rent-a-pigs cause me problems. You know, and you're fat. So, the way I figured it is, tonight, I'm going to teach those rednecks a nice lesson. And if we're done, I'll come out and kick all your asses too. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your Mountain State Madness 5 main event of the evening. It is a tag team contest inside a steel cage. In this contest, a fall can occur via pinfall, submission, or escaping the cage, and both members' feet touching the floor. And now, ladies and gentlemen, already in the ring, they weigh in at a total combined weight of 580 pounds. First, representing STD, wrestling from the 10th frame, Brian the Kingpin McDowell. And his tag team partner wrestling out of Ozone Park, New York, being accompanied to ringside by Madison, ladies and gentlemen, Marshall the Bull Gambino. And their opponents.
Talk about what McDowell did to blue collar last night. First,
Leadway and a total weight of 460 pounds. Wrestling out of Boone County, here's Bronco McBride and Segaris, the blue collar Slaughterhouse.
By both Marshall Gambino and his brother Mickey, and Matt Segaris was assaulted relentlessly with a spear. Now let's hear from Big Country.
All right, guys, we're going to make this short and sweet. Marshall and Brian McDowell, we're getting tired of crap. So now you know what? We're going to end this in our town of New West Virginia right now. It's over.
Come on! It's leave, it's not wrong! It's not leave, it's not
Slaughterhouse retaliated by they ran over him with the car. You can see that on another video. And keep in mind that was also after an assault with baseball bat from the Gambino brothers.
It's all built to this moment, this main event right here. Mountain State Madness 5, and we are underway.
It started as a matchup and a feud of two tag teams just looking for a reference of the tag team right now. Knowing the Gambino family, knowing the family business, wink wink, it got personal quick, and Marshall went out to whack these guys ever since. And ironically, he said something, it was Mickey who got whacked, but Blue Collar ran down the car. Yeah, Mickey was supposed to compete in a proving ground street fight. Chef Flexer was the replacement to Mickey there. It was Marshall with chest against Blue Collar. Flexer led to the victory with the help of the sexy talent of Dudes, and that's why Marshall has kept kind of a loose alliance with his former ally Flexer and the rest of his group. And Marshall used the STDs to the best of his advantage last night at Cage Fury 2003, handling Matt Segaris, putting Bronco McBride in the corner, and McDowell took that bowling ball right into the
the nether region to Bronco. Segaris knew nothing about it. It was a senseless assault to send a message and weaken Blue Collar Slaughterhouse less than 24 hours before this major cage match.
I'm still stuck on bowling balls for the nether region.
Well, it doesn't happen often, and usually it's been a lightheartedness. Bronco did nothing to deserve it, but Marshall and McDowell certainly deserve the penance they're paying as they collide with the steel for the first time. And keep in mind, not only is that solid steel, but it is glistening under the hot sun. That's going to practically burn you when you collide with it. Who wants some? Marshall and McDowell to see it more.
These are big men. I hope they reinforce that. Not one of these guys.
Well, combined weight was announced at 580, so both of them hovering around close to that 300-pound mark. Well, that would actually take him a minute before you made that point. You paid attention. But Chess Flexor trying to get involved. And Blue Collar is trying to neutralize Flexor, who has not had the greatest of nights. That distraction allows Marshall Gambino and McDowell to battle back.
Get this!
Marshall takes Segaris into your living room through your TVs and computer screens.
So you gotta ask yourself.
Hey, sword! High definition!
Segaris sent in again. You can see not much give in those bars. That's not a perfectly constructed cage. There's support systems, there's solid beams, there's metal fasteners and tighteners that are sticking out of that cage and sticking to your skin. To your point, Justin, what must we be asking?
I'll be asking myself, in a match like this, with a rivalry like this, how many careers, how many more careers are going to end before it's all said and done?
And my question is, how close to 100% are Blue Collar Slaughterhouse? How close to 100% can they be after that malicious assault last night?
Yeah, no one's at 100% just 12 hours after hitting a bowling ball from the nether region.
And Marshall did not compete last night. He is as fresh as can be. He's always down for a fight, and he's doubly down for a mug.
Matter of fact, he brought a chair to the ring and sat and watched his Blue Collar Slaughterhouse in the tag last night. He really took the night.
Let's not forget about Madison, the business associate of Marshall the Bull. On the outside, we know the family business always has the stage managed. On Bronco, back of the head first. And Bronco and Segaris are big men in their own right. But being manhandled here by the larger Marshall the Bull and Kingpin Brian McDowell. Segaris headlocking. And Segaris lands hard, I believe, on that neck and shoulder.
And to your point, Joe, that's not a very smooth surface. I mean, you're looking at chain link fence, there's jagged edges sticking out all over the place. You see Dalton Castle today after his match last night. He looks like Sabu. He's got scars all over his body from that thing. And now seeing these huge ones in front of the day, wedged in between the gate and door, kind of. It's only a matter of time.
Marshall's removed his necktie. I think he's maybe that's the button to him. Bronco battling back. They're still in trouble. Bronco trying to take his partner here. Bronco down to second win. And McDowell able to turn the tide.
That sacrifice is no partner there.
5 minutes on by this contest, 5 minutes.
It's a very unique strategy. So it worked though. McBride distracted by Marshall for a moment. Dowell. It's not going to be a good again, pinfall, submission, or escape. These are four men who do not pride themselves on being mat technical. This is not going to be a super indie title classic here. This will be rough, it will be ugly, it will be physical, and in your face. A little bit of steel, he can drive into Segaris, doing what he can. And Segaris He may have been seriously injured when he got hip locked into that cage. He hasn't moved much these past 7 minutes.
He basically had a 2-on-1 at this point.
Bronco getting raked across the steel bars. McDowell neutralizing Segaris here on the near side. Not pretty. But he's broken the DDT. Marshall gets through. And now McDowell on the receiving end. Responds to the huge shot of his own. And to send near 300 pounds down that hard, that fast.
I think like the hollow thud of a chest cavity on a one
Worse than that. Oh, that's body cross. McDowell getting the tape in his own medicine. Where's Marshall going? Trying to escape. I think whether it is both teammates must escape the cage or only one. Ruling it. Traditionally it's both. Marshall's bull sends Bronco 6 inches from hell.
Oh my God, it's a belly out!
Off the front kick.
Come on, guys!
Everybody does that. If you're gonna climb to the door, this is done.
You can see the toll this is taking on all 4 athletes. The barbaric mindset that one must put themselves in to survive in a matchup like this. It's trying to run off this on the Slaughterhouse. Marshall's first to his feet and then some.
He's just gassed. You see it all the way.
McDowell went through the door. That's one man gone. That's halfway to victory.
That was an element of strategy. So you escape too soon, you're leaving your partner there.
Well, notice they both tried to get out at the same time, but I think McDowell may have tried to get back in, but Bronco stopped him. Now you're allowed to go back in, but that means you'll have to escape all over again. Oh my God, look at this. Marshall.
That was about 10 pounds from completely
And just imagine the impact on Marshall's anatomy, let alone the ring. If the steel almost gave way, what happened with Marshall's spine? Flexer's in the ring. Flexer motioning to McDowell. You got Madison, you got Ginger. A whole host of individuals getting involved trying to sort this out. Oh, Flexer. Look out. Launch face first. Madison's in there with Marshall now. What is this about?
She can't possibly think she's going to drag him.
Trying to console him or protect him or what? And Blue Collar trying to be gentlemen, asking the lady to get out of the battle zone.
Both men taking it out of Gambino.
Well, they don't trust Madison, but the problem is they forgot about the ball. Oh no! Just a big collision there. Marshall collides with Madison. The Blue Collar makes it happen. Marshall's down, Madison's down, Flexer's down, McDowell's still on the outside.
Now's their time. Now's when they got to get up. They got to get out. Joe, they got to move fast. But that was their opportunity. But they just can't pass up the chance to dish out some more.
We've seen this before. Instant DDT. They got to hold down, but they do it. Two. That's a Blue Collar special.
10 minutes on line. This contest, 10 minutes.
We saw them utilize that last night. We've seen them utilize it for a number of months.
Yes, they got many of their victories come with that move. We're seeing now the fatigue, and we've seen it all day. The sun is beating down. It's hard as hell out here, and guys are just getting gassed. It's only 10 minutes in the match, but the end goal is only we have to see it 30 minutes basically out here.
Well, but with physicality like this, could they? This is a cage match like no other we've seen in quite some time. It's not about high risk so much as it is about but surviving a beating. Oh my God, Marshall on Segaris' shoulders. Doomsday device. A pin. Come on, Marshall, the tag team expert. Won the IWC tag title 4 times than anybody. Some 5-6 reigns on top. Blue collar. Certainly a long way to go to match that resume.
They've come close. They've come close. They haven't gotten to that hump yet. This could be that next step. Taking out the Gambinos for all intents and purposes, which is what they may do.
Easier said than done. Marshall fighting 2-on-1 but got caught. Marshall gets dropped. Where's Bronco going? Bronco, hey, turns around. It's still essentially 2-on-1 here. And Bronco's, he's moving to the top of the cage.
Please tell me.
Bronco thinks better of it. Jumps the leg. Jumps the leg from the top. The color. Could this do it? Marshall
Here are your winners, the Blue Collar Slaughterhouse!
That's a big victory, Justin, on the road to. They took out Indy Gambino. They just beat Marshall with Baby Bull. Got him with a big temper. The real badass. Goes to Sven Sticky. He was always the iron guy. And nice to make me and the family. Marshall was always the most deadly one. He's the one who got dead. Indy Gambino is gone for all we know. Right there. Slaughterhouse.